anniversary, Mari-Lyn.
Happy anniversary, Pam.
Thank
3
you,
years
everyone.
on YouTube. Can you
3
believe it?
years.
3
Yes.
years.
No, I can't. No. And yes, 3 years. We
It's
want to take
wild.
a moment, I know, and thank everyone for taking this beautiful ride with us. No matter how long you've been with us, we thank you.
Right? If you've been
been
here since
crazy.
day one, today is day one.
Yes.
We are so grateful for all the support, for all of the interaction.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's Friday the 13th. How great is that? That's like so perfect.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here on this Friday the 13th, we decided we would release another clearing video, and it's fabulous. You're going to love it. So,
I sure did.
yes.
It was crazy and bizarre and fabulous.
Yes. All rolled up at the same time in one video.
In one video.
Yes. Yeah. So we just wanted to say thank you and congratulations to us.
Congratulations to us.
It's been one hell of a ride.
It has. It has been an amazing 3 years. So much has happened. A lot of changes, but all wonderful.
Yes. And thank you to everyone, all your comments and your sharing, all of you who have contacted us, even if you haven't, just watching.
Watching all of your questions.
Yes.
We get some of the most thought-provoking questions
absolutely
ever.
Yes. We've learned a lot.
You know, you all really, I'm going to say, forced us in the best way possible to really rely on spirit.
Yes.
Because in those Q&As, yes, some of the answers come through our personal experience.
Yeah.
But it's all comes through spirit.
Yes.
Even that experience and the trust that we have today. When I really think about it and tap into it, right now I got goosebumps.
Yes.
Head to toe.
Because we know what to do as far as, ghost POV and going into a home and clearing it and those sort of things. And I've been a teacher for a long time. And those, especially those Q&As, and then just some of the very thought-provoking comments that come through really made me dig deeper. I had to go deeper and really come up with an answer for everyone. We want to be truthful. We want to be honest. We want to bring you the best answers.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just amazing. Yes.
It has.
Take it to a whole new level.
A whole new level.
Yeah.
Makes me excited for the levels to come.
Yes.
Yeah. And with all of your support and hopefully the additional support to come.
On to another year and more.
Yes. On to another year. Yeah. We hope you enjoy this clearing. We know you will enjoy this clearing.
Yes. Yes. And then next week, we'll be back with our students putting out a video. And that's another thing. Thank you so much for embracing our students.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been just wonderful. And they're enjoying it. It's just, the whole thing is such a great ride.
It's so heartwarming to know that the community that is being built really is that. It is a community.
Yes.
And to even see, I do absolutely love how they have embraced the students as they're coming up and, sharing themselves with the audience. But some of the interaction with the audience themselves is even heartwarming.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's just love it. Brilliant and lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for the past 3 years. And well, here's to the next 3, or
here's to the next 3, or
however many it ends
and
up.
Beyond. Yeah.
And beyond. Yes.
Whatever there is yet to be done, it's going to be exciting.
All right, let's let them get to the video now, shall we?
Oh, we probably should. Yeah. Good idea.
All right, here
Enjoy.
You go. Thank you. First, I heard I heard, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. I'm like, what? Okay, you're already here. I don't know what that means. And then there's this crazy laugh.
I have heard that laugh.
Have you? Now, please know, Caitlin, you are very safe. So when I'm talking, please remember that you are safe. Okay. He's saying, I'm not letting her go. You're not getting rid of me. And he's just laughing. Who do you think you are? So I'm like, well, what does the I'm coming mean? What does that mean? And I haven't received that answer. Because those two things are kind of different. Like, what are you telling me? What do are you coming for me? Are you like, who are you saying you're coming to? Because it was an angry, like, or not like, mom in heaven, I'm coming. It wasn't that kind of I'm coming.
Maniacal?
Yes. Good word. Good word. Yes. Have you ever felt that, or does that land at all? Have you felt like someone's laughing at you, like, oh, something's about to happen?
No, but I have felt extreme embarrassment.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
And to add to that, shame.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
That one pissed him off when you said that.
I don't know who this dude is, but his manipulation powers are pretty good.
Right up there. Yeah, they're
Pretty good.
Psychopathy, sort of psychopathy, I guess you would say. Is yeah, he's a broken dude.
Do you think that's why I questioned even having paranormal activity in the first place? Because he's that good at, I mean, I'm literally going from hearing a whisper in my ear to saying, can't be.
Yes.
Can't be. And this whole time I've just been like, I know I heard the whisper in my ear.
Yes.
Why am I questioning everything else around me that's going on?
Yes.
Can he be that good at that?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We quit. Part of it, it's the paranormal. So we're just not sure. And then when we if we question our sanity, we do. And they're really good at getting us to question that. One of the reasons, this is what's coming, one of the reasons that, when you have a skeptic, someone who just doesn't believe whatsoever, paranormal, they leave them alone. We hear all the time that these skeptics, they say, well, I went into a haunted house. And I was like, come on, show me you're here. And I did everything and nothing happened. And it's because you don't believe. Why would they mess with you? Why would they try to do it? They're not going to try to convince you of anything. That's too much work. It's not, they'd much rather just manipulate someone who does believe, and they can get off balance, and they can make them feel like they're crazy, they're imagining things, whatever it is. That's what they do. That's what they do. So yes, they're very good at that. That's why it's taken you, a year to reach out. Right? Isn't that what you said? Yeah.
Longer than that, but a year since I knew that, you guys could do this.
Okay.
So longer than that, but a year since I've actually found you guys and knew that you could help.
Yeah. And
which
you put him back on his heels. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You definitely put him back on his heels, and he's been really working you to not make this happen, but sorry, dude. Whew. All right. Should we say hello to everyone? We just sort of jumped in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to The Conscious Spirit.
Yes, we have a clearing today
Yes.
that so far, from what little bit we have looked into, it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes.
We have with us Caitlin,
Yes.
and we are
Hello.
so grateful that you have reached out. And we are so looking forward to
Oh,
how your
boy.
life changes
Yes.
today moving forward.
Yes. And
Thank you, guys.
unfortunately, Mari-Lyn and I obviously could not be in the same room today.
Mhm.
And at the same time, so very happy that we were able to come and help you, Caitlin.
Mhm.
Because it doesn't matter if we're together or not, obviously, but we try to be together, but schedule did not permit that today. So, all right, Caitlin, why don't you, if you don't mind, let everyone watching, let them know why you reached out and the things that are going on, and whatever else you'd like to say, and then
Okay.
we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, this house is a generational house. My grandmother and her husband, my grandpa, built it in 1962, and it's always been in our family. She passed in 2015, so my mother and father moved in 2016. And I've on and off lived with them since then. And my first experience was in 2016. I was going to sleep in what we call the guest bedroom, and I heard in my ear a whisper, and it just said my name. It just said Caitlin. And nothing really happened after that. I kind of just wrote it off and thought I was crazy or it didn't happen. And small things have happened, but it wouldn't be what you would consider, nothing's moved. It wouldn't be what you would consider uh paranormal activity that you see on YouTube or in movies. But what really made me reach out to you guys, last year in April, I was in a really bad car wreck, and I had to move back in with my parents. And last summer, the same thing happened to me. So I was going to sleep. In my left ear, I heard somebody whisper, Caitlin. It scared me. So I just shut my eyes and fell asleep. I didn't really look into it. I decided then to share with a few people that I lived with, my partner being one of them, but he is a skeptic. He is a man's man. He does not believe in any of this stuff. So crazy is what I would feel when I would, say something about it. My parents have had small encounters. As a matter of fact, when I did the consult with you guys the other day, I didn't know about this. But she told me after I had got off the consult with you guys that she was sleeping on the couch one night and woke up to hearing her name in the living room.
Okay.
And nobody was there. She decided to share that with me because she knew that we were doing this today and figured that it may be good information to give you, but she's still what I would consider a skeptic.
Okay. Yeah.
Just little odds and ends feelings that you get, things out of the corner of your eye. An overwhelming sense of being gazed upon. Like somebody is not only watching you, but staring at only you intently.
Yes, that's what he's been doing this whole
Watching,
time to me.
yes, watching your every move, just you.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
you know, when I reached out to you guys, my first email told you that I really don't even think there's anything here, but that
Yep.
it would be nice if you guys could, you know, reach back out to me. And thank God you did, but it went into my spam folder.
Yes.
So one day, about 6 months after I had received the email from you guys, something popped in my head and it said, check your spam folder.
Yes.
And I did. And I'll be damned, there was a message from you guys. And so that was last week. And
Which
here we
I have
are.
to say, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but that is such a bizarre thing for our reply to go into the spam folder. It just does it really doesn't make any sense. It just shouldn't happen. So for those of you who have reached out and you think we haven't heard from me or you haven't heard from us, check your spam folder. That's a perfect, because it happens a lot. People reach out, we send something back and we just never hear.
Never hear.
And so that could certainly be it.
I think that was the first time I've told you. I don't even think I told you guys that during
You
the
didn't tell us
consult.
that. No, that was the first one. And it's definitely him. He's good with electronics. He was messing with us or actually with Mari-Lyn. She had a lot of, I didn't have that much going on, but she did. With, just getting online this morning and doing this.
He's had a long time to hone his craft.
Yes. And he also, as you were talking about your partner and being a skeptic, he helps that along by saying to your partner, she's crazy. But you think it's your own, you think it's your own brain, as you know, like when you're going to reach out, how you kept no, or things would happen and you go no. They do the same thing to skeptics. So he was doing the same thing to your partner, and because there really is a feel that your partner wants to believe you, like he doesn't want to think that that's the way you're thinking.
He had experiences when he was a little kid.
So he really is an easy target for this guy. He's a really easy target.
He calls me, like, he'll call me crazy, but in like a joking way. He'll be like, oh, you're just crazy. We all know you're just crazy. Just Caitlin being crazy, you know?
Yes.
And it just adds to everything I'm feeling.
Yes.
And I'm sure you're right. It probably is making him in his mind think, you know what? She's just Caitlin being crazy.
Absolutely. And it's coming through sort of jokingly. And because I don't think your partner feels that way about you. I do think he's joking when he says that, but it's that I almost a nervous joke. Like, I don't know what else to say. I like he doesn't want to believe it. And so
absolutely.
Yes. And many of us, I myself included, when I get nervous or something, I will joke because it's a way to sort of let those nerves out, Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's only, as far as I can tell, there's only one there. Do you think there's any more, Mari-Lyn?
I believe it's just him, but I'm not going to say definitive. I think
Not yet.
The other energy I'm feeling is all him. I think it's all him, but
okay.
I'm I'm not 100% on that. Caitlin, I do have a question though. You said your grandmother and her husband, they built this home.
They did.
So I can only presume that you visited often while you were a child?
Oh, absolutely. She watched me as a kid.
Hmm? Do you remember experiences as a child?
You know, Mari-Lyn, I don't really remember my childhood at all.
Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah. So I couldn't tell you yes or no.
Okay. Fair answer. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, may I ask, was the car accident, the car wreck, was that in 2016 or
No, that was in 2023.
2023? Okay. I thought I had my dates mixed up over here. Okay. All right. And it was you and your father, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, before the car wreck,
Mhm.
we lived, because this is my mom and dad's house, we lived in a separate house, and I felt almost like the energy bled from this house to my other house that I lived in, if that makes sense.
Does?
Mhm.
I would feel a lot of the same feelings. And I think it's a lot of the reason why I feel like this entity that's here is, I don't want to say attached to me,
Mhm.
but I feel like I told you before we recorded, that cord
Yep.
that runs from my core to whatever this is. I feel it's just like a string.
Yeah.
I feel that we're attached somehow.
Mhm.
And I felt a lot of the same feelings in that other house before we moved here.
Yeah.
And I just felt that was worth telling you.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I have a question. Even so, do you have times when you feel like you just aren't you? Maybe you have an outburst or kind of blackouts, like I don't really remember what happened there. Like maybe your partner says, "Well, don't you remember we did this or you did this?" And you're like, "I don't remember any. What are you even talking about?"
That is so funny you said that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly that scenario. My partner will that, whether it be the next day or a few days later, well, Caitlin, don't you remember this or that? And I'm like, no,
Like, what are you talking about?
what are you talking about? And he's like, and then he'll have to give me detail.
Yeah.
And once he gives me the detail, I'll be like, I still won't, it will be familiar to me, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to recollect it without the detail that he gives me.
Mhm.
That is so funny you said that. I have not thought about that in so long.
So you absolutely have, and Mari-Lyn, if you want to explain our version of attachment, she explains things so much better than I do. Yeah.
Words are hard.
Words are very
Words are hard,
and I'm having a
especially
conversation with this guy at the same time. So,
especially in the energy of this dude. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so if you don't mind, Mari-Lyn.
So an attachment, the way we experience it or know it to be, is an emotional attachment to where it's not like they've joined you at the hip, right? And you have this entity attached to your hip and following you along everywhere you go. No. This type of attachment, in my opinion, is even more invasive than that because it is personal, it's emotional. It almost,
Not almost.
yeah, it's spiritual in a sense.
Mhm.
Um,
And he's jumping,
he's mhm.
and I'm so
He's
Mhm.
taking over, not possessing.
No, there's a difference.
That is a very huge difference. But yes, he is jumping you. And he's trying to experience life through you.
Can I ask you a very personal question?
Yes.
Personal in when it comes to me. Was he a drug user?
I'm gonna have to, Mari-Lyn, unless you get something, I'm gonna have to. I'm having I'm trying to figure out who he is and what he is right now.
Okay.
I'm really not sure. He tried to jump me just now,
Ooh, okay.
and I wouldn't let him, and then he just started this definitely psychopath type, this laughter, this trying to gaslight me. He's a really nasty guy.
He is.
Really, really, really nasty. I, at this point, would place him at never been human, but he flips back and forth. So I don't know, like he can get out of that energy and seem very earthy, like an earthy, and he's going back and forth. That's what's making me, exactly, Mari-Lyn. Yeah.
I don't believe he was ever human.
No.
No, I don't believe he was a drug user. He is a drug. He has the ability to manipulate you to use drugs.
Pusher is what I got. Drug.
Yeah, I
pusher.
didn't want to use that word, but that's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a drug pusher.
Yeah. He likes there, that sort of many levels there. He likes the feeling of being so he gets you to do the drugs, and then he, or a person, not using, but he'll
Mhm.
jump in. And you've been on pain medication, I would assume. You're for those, I don't think we've talked about it, but you're in a wheelchair from the accident, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure there have been many times when you've had I don't know if you take them now, but certainly at first when the accident happened, you were on different kinds of pain medications, right? You had to be.
Yeah.
And he really, really liked that. Yeah,
He really
liked
liked that.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I know there's got to be somebody out there in my situation. Well, I'll just go ahead and say it. I've been an addict for a long time.
Okay.
And this wreck has really put a damper on my sobriety.
Sure. Yeah.
And it has been very hard to maintain, because sobriety is not just when you use. Sobriety can be a way that you think. You can relapse without ever having used.
Yes, ma'am.
Just the way that you think about yourself and others.
Mm-hmm.
And I can definitely tell you that that relapse has been there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's only now coming to me that I've been manipulated.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Because everything you guys are saying makes so much sense.
And I'm going to speak for myself. I think I speak for Mari-Lyn too. We did pick up on that, but it's not my place at all to talk about drug use like that. And so I don't. So I'm very glad that you said something though, because now it's out there. And Mari-Lyn if you want to take over from there about how you know about it.
Well, you're absolutely right about relapse. Doesn't have to be picking up that drug, whatever that is.
Mhm.
After 14 and a half years of sobriety from alcohol, I know it, and I know it well.
Yeah.
And that mindset is something even now I will fall into and go, whoa, that's alcoholic thinking.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's that thinking that can take you down that road to a real relapse. And it's a really scary place to be. And I am so very, very sorry that he has tried to manipulate you,
Mhm.
or he has manipulated you in
Yeah.
that way. I mean, it's very obvious the pain that he has exasperated.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
And today that all changes.
Absolutely.
It all changes.
Thank you all
And
so much.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
Mari-Lyn, I do have a question.
yes.
Have you felt him trying to get you to drink? You've had this weird headache all week.
No,
No. Okay.
no.
Okay.
And I'm going to say there's a reason for that, because he knew that wasn't an area he could get me.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Anger is an area where he could get me.
Yes. Because you have felt rage. I even wrote it down. Rage. You said you felt rage earlier.
And it
Not
was
just-
like, when that feeling of rage hit me, I was like, oh, I know what this is. This is not me.
Yes.
Because, just anger can come in and you're like, wow, your ego is really getting the best of you.
Mhm.
And then there's a line that comes and you're like, a minute, what's happening to me?
Yes.
Oh,
You're cutting in and out, Mari-Lyn, unfortunately.
oh. So part of that, sorry about that. I'll try to temper my laugh. There's a certain tone with my microphone that it just doesn't pick up.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he has not gone to that place of addiction with me.
Good.
Most likely because he knew it was moot. It wasn't going to do anything.
But
So he goes the other direction.
But now, so when we first started talking, he has bothered, obviously, Caitlin. He has
Mhm.
gone to Mari-Lyn. He stayed away from me.
Mhm.
So there, we talked about there are reasons for that. And either because I'm the one that usually deals with the lower vibration, the meaner ones. Not that
Mhm.
Mari-Lyn can't, but if I'm around, that's my job.
Mhm.
And when they don't, we talked about this earlier, Caitlin, as I said, it's either because he's a total coward, and that landed for you completely.
Mhm.
Right?
Absolutely.
So where was I going with that? Oof, he is none too pleased that we're totally onto him now.
Mm-mm.
Can you tell, I'm sorry, can you tell like what drew him in?
What I got was he took advantage of the construction of the home. When the home was being built, there was something that drew him, and he's been there the whole time.
And then he zeroed in on you being the one. So I mean, let's face it, you do have some, whether you choose to work with it or not, you have some psychic ability.
Mhm.
So they know that right away, and those are the people they tend to zero in on. And then you have all the other things that sort of along with that. So there was
The traumas.
yes, yep, the
Mhm.
traumas, the drugs, the psychic ability, I mean, yes. Yes. So that landed for you about the house?
Yeah, well, actually, when she said construction, in 2015, well, Mary Lynn said construction when it was being built,
Mhm.
but actually, before my parents moved in 2016, um, we just did minor construction here, and actually, the person working here was scared to death to be here because he said that he kept feeling somebody or something here, and the doors would move.
Mhm.
And we just wrote it because this has been a very, for lack of better word, godly home.
Mhm.
I mean, we're in the Bible Belt, so most people of that generation in the 60s,
Yep.
it's the Bible and
Yep.
so on and so forth. But anyway, in 2016, when we were doing the minor revisions to the home, the carpenter actually had said something, and my cousin, she's sensitive, and she also felt something. She came over while they were doing the renovations, and she came over, and I'm gonna bless the house because
Yeah.
I mean she's not a priest or any, so she did it in the way she knew how.
Sure.
Mhm.
But
And
yeah,
it's
so it landed. It
Yeah.
landed when Mary Lynn said during the construction, because in 2015 and 16 the renovations were being done. So
Yeah. And blessing, and I know you kind of did the quote. Most of the time it probably it works. She can bless a home, she can keep her house clear, she can do all of those things. And however, whatever connector word you want in there, there is a point where it's just above your pay grade.
Mhm.
That's the term we always use. Like, yeah, that's that. It's so just a cleansing or a blessing. It's beautiful to do, and I would never tell someone not to, especially it makes us feel better, but it's not going to get rid of anything. And we have heard so many times that like the kids will reach out to us to have their house cooked because they know something's going on there. And we'll say, well, we need your parents' permission. And they'll say, oh, well, they they won't give it because they just get out their Bible and they start praying. And unfortunately, it's just not enough.
Mhm.
It's just not enough. So there's sort of it kind of gives you false hope or something that just saying Jesus's name or the fact that I pray and I believe in God that's going to help. It doesn't always. So
right.
or it just gets them what happened. We all they start praying and they cast them out and whatever. I don't know all the verbiage, but go and it'll go, but it goes to the neighbor's house. So
Right.
so our yeah.
Or it makes you think it went, and then pretty soon
Yes.
it just gets worse.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
And it gets ramped up. And yeah.
All right. So he's been kind of quiet for the past few minutes. I think he's
Mhm.
trying to figure out what he wants to do or what he can do or what, etc.
Mhm.
I think he even, I'm hearing now from my guidance that he actually tried to leave, but they're not letting him leave. He's not leave, like go out to the neighborhood, go for a walk. Not gonna happen. You're not, like he's just gonna leave until we're gone, and then he'll
Just going out for a breath of fresh air. Wait till
Yeah.
these silly psychics are gone.
Yeah. And that's another thing. This happens too, and he has done it. They kind of go, psychics, big deal. So what? So they can say we're here, or so he can say I'm here, big deal. They can't do anything with me because most psychics can't. Right? So
Yeah.
he's been around a while.
Mhm.
He's not
Do
yeah.
you know, was your grandmother sensitive?
If she was, she would never have said anything
She never
about it. But
said.
she was just, I mean, like I said, Bible Belt
Yes.
Christian.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is the devil type thing. So she would have never said, but it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah. Whew, that gave me chills. All blah. Like,
Say
yes, she is.
Yes, yes, she was.
And that she would do some sort of like, in the name of Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Whatever, whatever that verbiage is. I apologize for not knowing, but I am so ready now. When Mari-Lyn is ready, we will get going. This has been a great conversation, and I know there are people out there, and I want to thank you now, Caitlin. There are people watching who are going to call us because of this video, and I'm
Absolutely.
so very grateful. Yeah.
I hope so. I feel grateful as well. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is, this is what we do, and this is why we don't charge for it. This is why we want to be able to help everyone who needs it. Mari-Lyn's
I was
getting
just
something.
I was just looking beyond the house into the yard and the outbuildings. I don't think that there is an inch of space that he hasn't left his energy
Mm-mm.
on the whole
It's sort
property.
so it's a really funny image that I'm getting now. Now, I'm not typically clairvoyant, just so everyone knows. But I will say I see something because there's a way that my brain gets pictures. But this was pretty clear. It's like an animal, like peeing on everything, marking its territory. That's what he's done around the whole property and your house. He's marked it. And they do that for many reasons, but yeah, he wants.
Do you?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
I was just going to say, do you know what he looks like?
he keeps changing, but
Yeah.
the one that he shows me the most often, is probably maybe male, 5'10", 5'11", thin, maybe around 50 years old, sort of unassuming, real thin though, like pretty, like you would think, oh, give the man a burger. Like
Yeah.
he's a thin one. Possibly like you might think of like a drug addict, that type of thin, like, oh, it's time for you, short hair, that mousy brown color, no real big features or anything, pretty, I might say, like nondescript, sort of like he could blend in anywhere other than he's pretty thin.
Okay.
That's
all
what
right. I just wanted to know because I just feel like I have just the word chameleon comes into mind, and I just
yes,
just was curious.
Yep. And he is a chameleon, absolutely. But that's how he shows himself the most to me.
Okay.
So, and I don't trust him at all. I mean, he could, I think that's why I think that's his earthy look. Like, I'm just a ghost. I'm just an earthy.
Yep.
And I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that he's way, I mean, there's a vibrational feeling to an earthy or something that has not been alive, all the different things, something of the earth, all the different things, there's a different vibration too, and he's really good. I think he's really old, and he really has known how to sort of appear earthy, or like an earthy, and yeah.
Wow.
Right. So Mari-Lyn, if you don't mind, I know I say
Yeah.
this, then you know I jump in, but if you don't mind guiding her through the home,
Okay.
I kind of want to just get more info from him as much as I can from
Sure.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me just see how I can. All right. So this is
Who-
living room.
Sorry, I'm going to stop you. Who sits in that blue chair? Right, because he's sitting in that blue chair right now.
Oh my God, don't tell me that. My dad sits in that chair. This is actually a pretty new chair because it's one of the ones that it lifts up for you to sit in. So
Okay.
we've gotten it since the wreck.
Okay.
He's sitting in that chair.
He was, yeah. He
Ugh,
since I pointed it out, he got up and moved.
ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think he
So
does the same thing to your dad that he does to you.
Mm-hmm.
That lands totally,
Mm-hmm.
completely. And again, sorry for the squeak for the wheelchair.
It's okay.
Um,
Really, we don't even hear it that much. It's not.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the dining room kitchen area. Not a very big house. Excuse the clutter and the mess.
No problem. And we're not looking at that anyway, so it's okay.
No, I'm just trying to get through the nausea right now. Whew.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's not your
him.
fault. It's him. It is all him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of the kitchen. This is a very small house. This is your typical
Mm-hmm.
60s Southern ranch house. So
Yes.
one bathroom,
Okay.
one very small bathroom. And this is what we call the guest room, but it's my room when we stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the room that I really spend most of my time. And it's the room that I really feel that I have seen him out of the corner of my eye.
Mm-hmm.
Felt him, and this is also the room where he whispered my name twice. This is my son's room.
And tell me again how old your son is.
He is 12.
12. Okay. I know you said it in the consultation, and I don't. I didn't write that down.
Does he
This
ever
is a
have
small hallway?
does your son ever have trouble breathing or talk about heaviness in his chest?
He has never told me that.
Okay.
I have felt heaviness. As a matter of fact, before, when I was in the Zoom waiting room with you guys, I felt a heaviness in my chest, and I felt like my heart was going to beat out of it, but at the same time, it was being constricted, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Oh yeah, it does.
And this is my parents' room. And this is the last room of the house. And this is where my dad spends most of his time, especially since the wreck.
Yeah.
When he's laying down.
So before I don't make, but I watched him jump your dad while your dad was lying down in bed. So he just slides
Oh my
right
God.
in and just and really for what reason I'm still not clear on, other than he just can with your dad.
My dad and myself, that totally makes sense when you say that about my dad and myself, because of the two people in this house that it would be us. It would definitely be us. The other people in this house have, let's say, a lot clearer boundaries, if that makes sense.
It does. Well, and it does. And he, there are, regardless if you are an earthy or an entity or something of the earth, whatever it is, if you are more malevolent, malevolent. There we go. They like certain types of people. So there's something with you and your dad that are very similar in wounding and attributes, in personality, and something that's, so you two have whatever he's looking for.
Dad is also an addict.
Okay, that, I think it's the addict, it must be the addict piece.
It
That
is,
really
and we have our boundaries with humans as well as other things, people, situations. Our boundaries are not always as clear. I would consider us more of people pleasers rather than looking out for ourselves and standing clear on our boundaries.
Yep, and that's what,
So
yeah, which is very, sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's just very typical for addicts of any sort of addiction, right? There's that codependent piece there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can take you to the front or the backyard first.
Wherever
one.
you'd like to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take you to the front.
Okay.
I have him just, he's not going in. I was just done with him. I'm so done with you. Like, I'm done with you, just the whole thing. So
You and I both.
yeah, man. Or yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is the front yard.
Mari-Lyn, do you get that he runs around out there like a dog?
I didn't get the dog, but absolutely. I got his energy out there, like, yeah, just
Oh my God, how embarrassing for him.
over the place.
Yeah, that's how embarrassing for him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, and now I'm gonna take you guys. I've got to go back through the house to go to the backyard.
Okay.
Just bear with me. Sorry if I shake you around on the camera. I don't mean to do that. Thank you. That's my dad. We have in this 1,200 square foot house, we've got 2 wheelchairs.
Ah,
It's not easy.
no, I'm sure.
Okay. So this, I forgot to mention this. This is the back screened in porch. I don't know if you guys need to see this or not. But a lot of the family spends most of our time here.
And he doesn't. He likes you isolated.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, coward is totally correct. You were right. And if you know anything about a Southern generational house and backyard, we keep everything. So there is, I mean, 4 generations of people's stuff here, and this camper is blocking most of it. But behind that camper are 3 sheds and a bunch of shit, for lack of a better word.
All right.
So that is it.
I even get that he gallops around the backyard like a horse.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's just a freak.
That is
lack of a
just
better
something
term.
else.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is just something else. That is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. I am so ready to be done with him.
Yes. And you had said chameleon earlier, and absolutely he is.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say animalistic and kept it in.
Well, he was like, you're not saying those words. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. What would you like me to do, Pam?
Just start clearing, I would think. Just see if there's anyone else there. See if there's any other earthies there. That might.
We have a above the screened-in porch is an attic. It's about the height of it's probably about 5 foot. But the rest is like crawl space type area. It's just above the porch that it's big enough for an actual person to get in.
And I laugh only because those are Mari-Lyn's favorite spaces. So as soon as you said it, I was like, yes, something, yes.
I've already been up there and there's nothing there.
Oh. Of course you have been. One of the things that I can say about doing these remotely with Mari-Lyn is that I don't have to chase her into those horrible places. She is the one. I'm physically 3D-ish. I'm more of a scaredy cat than she is. She and I'm always like, don't go in there. And then she goes, it's like, damn, then I have to follow her in because she's my partner. You have to follow, you have to.
But don't put a scary movie in front of me.
Yes,
Right.
yes. And I love
Do not put a
movies.
scary movie in front of me.
Yes.
No.
Very
And
different.
I love scary movies as well. I love anything horror.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
My son doesn't like scary movies, and it surprises me because I've watched scary movies since I was his age.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Love them.
Love, love, love. Yes. Well, and maybe this will help him too. I shouldn't say maybe. It will, and hopefully help him.
Yeah, there's a reason he doesn't like scary movies.
He is. I said this during the consultation, but I know you guys have so much to do. I would never expect you to remember this, but he does not like being scared, and he does not speak. He is not a forward speaking person. So if he's feeling something, it's bottled up. It's wrapped up in a bow and it is inside. And the only way you can get to it is if by some miracle he feels maybe open that day and maybe it's because of this activity that he feels this way, because there are very important things that, a mother wants to know about her son that he keeps bottled up, and he's been through a lot of trauma too. He lost his father in 2020, and just things that you want your kids to be able to talk about if they want to.
Yes. And he's at a rough age for all that to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never easy, but in that preteen, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Was he always sort of introvertish, or did that happen after his father passed away? Or do you remember?
I do remember. I would consider him always introverted, just not to the degree that he is now.
Okay.
I think that his father dying did play a huge role in that.
Absolutely.
And I think whatever he's experienced here has probably played a big role too. Because I know that if this has affected myself and other people in this house, I know it has got to have affected him.
I have a sensitive question to ask you, but I'm going to ask. Has he ever felt like his dad has visited him? That you know
If he has, he would never tell me.
Okay, because I'm not even calling him a guy anymore. This thing tried to pose as dad coming through, and it happens a lot. They try to come through but he is such a psychopath. So
that when I first heard, when the second time I heard him whisper in my ear, my son's father's name was Chris. And the next morning when I woke up, it's all I could think about. And I said, Chris, if that was you, give me a sign.
Woo, man, that gave me chills. Yeah.
And I can't explain it, but I had a feeling it wasn't him because he would never scare me in that way.
No,
He
they
would never
won't.
make
You're
me
right.
feel that scared feeling.
Absolutely. No, they will not. They will not. It was him trying to
Play on my traumas and my weaknesses that I've just gone through.
yes. He is
Yes.
a bad dude. Now, when we get everything cleaned up, he's gone, everything's back to normal. Give it a few weeks, and Chris will probably come in. And so that then you'll be able to trust it. Right now, the vibration is too low. He's not coming in. This guy won't let him. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, he'll come in and want to do some healing with you and your son, and apologies and all those things, which will be really beautiful.
Yeah.
This is just the weirdest clearing of energy I have ever experienced.
Sorry, I don't mean to get excited, but
Well,
we love new things.
this has had to go in like stages. Like certain energies had to get cleared out before even attempting to raise the vibration.
Okay.
Because
so much has gone on here. There has been layers of trauma that have gone on in this house, from not just from certain people, from different, all kinds. This is as I told you ladies, this is a generational house from 1962 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
There has been trauma on trauma on trauma. While good things have also happened here, and there has been immense love in this house, that it does not surprise me one bit that you feel like you have to work in stages to clear this, because it totally feels right when you said that. It totally felt right.
Mari-Lyn, what would you like from me, or do you need anything from me?
Well, how about fixing the grids? I think it's at a place now where,
okay.
Yeah, and you do grids so much easier than I do.
Well, it's just
different. It's just so different.
I'll take care of that.
I do want to say something about your son. Trying really hard not to read his energy, but this came through very clearly that his introverted nature has served him a really great service with this thing that's been in your home, because it has kept him from being as manipulated as you and your father have. And hopefully once it's gone, he will start feeling more open, safer, and he can open up, and your relationship will change, and healing can really start happening for you.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Done. So I got the outbuildings, everything, your land, everything is done. You, I'm sorry, are you guys done talking? I just started all about me.
we were done. We were quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to go through the house and let us know how it feels?
Yeah.
What's happening, Pam?
We don't see this too often. There was a portal there that he would slip in and out of, so I had to close that down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like a breath. I don't know if it's because I came from the hot, humid outside into an air conditioned place, but I do feel like I just had like a breath of fresh air.
Yay!
Good.
I can't explain it. I'm getting chills as I just said that. I have like huge chills all like head to toe.
Yay!
I wish I were more observant of this kind of stuff because I wish I could tell you like other people tell you how it feels better and I'm just not that observant in that way. But those are the two feelings I get, a breath of fresh air and I got the chills like from
I
head to
think
toe.
that's pretty observant.
I think that's, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of even smells.
Yay! Yes,
That makes sense.
it does make sense. It does make sense. There is an energetic smell to things. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm sure it smelled horrible in there with that.
I mean, it seriously, it smells like fresh in here.
Yay!
Wonderful. Yay.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
You're welcome. If you don't mind, would you just check your son's room, just the feeling of it or the smell?
Yeah.
Smell test.
Yeah. And where you said something about a portal?
Yeah.
Where would that have been?
In your son's room.
Son's room?
Mhm. I'm so sorry. I was hoping you wouldn't ask me. I don't think I've ever asked anyone to do a smell test in a 12-year-old boy's room.
Right. Right.
Probably
You
not.
know, that makes
I-
sense as to why I wanted out of there so fast.
I'll be honest with you. It smells just as fresh as the kitchen did.
Yes.
It really does.
Yes.
I mean, I'll just have to be honest with you, ladies. So I watch your videos all the time.
Thank you.
And I'll watch these people, you'll ask them, to just go in and make observations. And I'm like, there's no way they feel or see this stuff immediately. You know what I mean? But serious, I'm not joking. The smell of the house seriously was different. And
Nice.
I got chills. And even this room, so I'm in my 12-year-old room right now. There is always a distinct smell when you walk in this room. Okay?
Yes.
If you have a son, you know what I mean.
I have two. Yes, I remember. I remember. Yes, they do not smell good at 12.
No, no. And I mean, honestly, before I got on with you guys, I vacuumed his floor because there was food all over his floor, all this kind of stuff. And I seriously, going from the kitchen to here, it smells the exact same. And if you know, you know. That's all I can say. If
Yep.
you know, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
So that is awesome. Thank you guys so
Welcome.
much.
There's
I can't believe it.
There's one thing left.
Okay.
I kept him here so he could hear you, so he could understand what we did, not the damage that he's done because he's proud of that, but I wanted him to now hear you and hear your strength coming back and hear that this is not happening again. If there's anything you want to say to him before we take him away, you can certainly do that. You can, whatever
Okay.
whatever you feel like saying.
Okay. Well, I do hope if healing for him is possible, I hope that he can find that healing. We all deserve it. But he's not welcome around me or my family anymore. He's not welcome to make me feel negative feelings if that's what he wants to do with his time here. Then he should just be taken away and not let around anybody. But I do hope that he heals if it's possible for him.
Thank you. That's beautiful. And they always, one of the reasons that, you know, you watch our videos, but that we don't just send them out to go to the neighbor's house or go wherever, that we actually have them taken away. We tend to call it like spirit jail or something, but that opportunity is always there for them to heal. So that is so beautiful to hear, because that's the way we believe as well. Everyone, the nastiest of the nasty, no matter what they've done to us, they deserve it too. We all, so
we all deserve grace, and we all deserve a second,
absolutely,
third, fourth chance if we're willing to put in the work.
yes,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's just yelling profanities. He's going now. He will get that chance. But he at the moment not in the space to accept any niceties.
Okay.
So, but you know, it's not about him, it's about you and how you feel. It's really about you saying what you need to say.
Right.
So,
Right.
thank you. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like a weight has been lifted off of me, and like the validity you guys have given me, just knowing that I wasn't going crazy.
No, you were not at all.
No.
Mm-mm.
So wait until my partner gets home. I'm not crazy.
Yes. And hopefully he watches this.
Oh, he'll watch it. My whole family will watch it. I'm gonna
Good.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Caitlin. What a blessing this was. It was an honor to come.
Very honored to be able to come and help.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
And if I could just speak to your viewers for just a second.
Absolutely.
And just if you guys are having any trouble and you think you just have just a little bit of a thought that it could be paranormal and that it's affecting your life, please contact Pam and Mari-Lyn. Please. It will do you a world of good. You just won't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
And
you for
check your
that.
spam folder if you do.
And check your spam.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
You're so very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to say again for you, Caitlin, and for everyone else to know, because this is so important. The changes that you experience in your home, as wonderful as it feels, there very likely will be a period of like, what the hell? Where's it gone? Now what am I supposed to do? And it's normal. Grief can come just like any other loss or removal. And part of that is because you are a compassionate human being. And when we feel love and compassion and something is removed, it hits us. So please don't beat yourself up if you feel any emotion about this being gone, because it's normal. And if you feel that you might need some help understanding it, please reach out.
Absolutely. And this it's different for everyone. Could be a couple of days, could be, it shouldn't be more. If it's more than like 2 weeks, you need to reach out, but that's rare.
And it is possible you won't feel that grief. I'm not saying it's absolutely coming. You may not feel it.
No,
that's important to say too.
Yes.
You may just bask in the glory.
Yes. And your dad as well. He could go through the same things. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
So welcome.
You.
Y'all's work must be so like satisfying to be able to help people like that. Seriously, you guys are blessed to be able to do this kind of work for people.
Thank you.
Thank you. I agree. We are blessed.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. Absolutely. We feel extremely blessed. And thank you for believing in us, because it does take
Yes.
people trusting us, believing in us, what we do,
Does.
to call us in.
Hmm.
And yeah. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's getting mushy. I gotta go. Okay. So thank you. And if you have activity in your home, TCS everydaypsychics.com. Reach out to us. We will get back to you. Typically it's within 24 hours. So if you don't hear for the, check your
Yep.
spam folder.
Check that spam folder.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's always free. If you, and you don't have to have it on our channel if you don't want, that's always an option as well.
Mhm.
We just want to help.
Just want to help
So,
everyone involved.
yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you so much, everybody. Take care.
Bye.